Hello everybody and welcome to the grand return of Weird Products, the series where I take a look at some weird products from the Cars series. Now I know what you're probably thinking right now. Seriously, Ty? Puzzles? Why puzzles? Well, through my research, you see, I went in wanting to do a Weird Jackson Storm Products video, which I will still be doing. It'll be the next Weird Products video after this. But one of the products I found was this really weird puzzle. And you still will be seeing that in the Jackson Storm episode. I decided to save that one for the Jackson episode. But I just kept on going through all these pictures of different puzzles, and some of these puzzles are really weird, especially when you get to the more modern ones, because over time, these Cars puzzles just seemingly got lazier and lazier and lazier, up to the point where they basically just slapped a bunch of pictures of Cars characters onto a backdrop. Anyway, let me explain by taking a look at some of these weird products. Alright, so I'm going to start off with some more sane ones. A lot of puzzles during the early days of the Cars franchise were just stills from the first movie. I remember having some of these. They're just simple, easy puzzles from the first movie. But you know what? Sometimes those stills could just be odd. Like this puzzle of McQueen sticking his tongue out. You know that phrase, go pick on someone your own size? Well, if I'm ever told that, I now know where to go. To the My Size Puzzle, of course. Ah yes, the My Size Puzzle. Featuring such characters as Sally in the front, McQueen in his cruisin' paint job, and Mater in his brand new paint job. Yeah, those are some pretty weird choices. The My Size Puzzle consists of 46 pieces and is 3 feet wide, as you can see there. It says that at the very bottom. You also see a picture of a kid next to the puzzle. But this child is clearly much larger than the puzzle, but whatever. We'll let it slide, except not really, because that's false advertising. That's not the size of the child on the box. The stranger thing is that it is 3 feet wide and not 3 feet tall. But still, 3 feet wide, it's accurate with the height of a child. So that's pretty cool, you get a huge puzzle. I don't get why it says it's 3 feet or 914 millimeters wide. Like, why are you doing that in millimeters? Shouldn't you just say 1 meter? Because a meter is equivalent to 3 feet, but whatever. Anyway, that is the My Size puzzle, except it's not really my size. I mean, I'm over 5'8", so I'm probably going to need a bigger puzzle. Let's move on. I'm sure you all remember how the first race at the beginning of the first Cars movie ends, right? The thrilling opening race of the first Cars ends with an incredible tiebreaker between our 3 leads, Lightning McQueen, Chick Hicks, and of course, Claude Scruggs, the leakless racer. And first to the finish wins, as you could see. Yeah, definitely pretty weird to have Claude there instead of the King. Also, definitely a very strange motion blur effect behind Claude, and I'm pretty sure that's like the only time that artwork of Claude Scruggs, the leakless racer, was used. I don't know, this is really weird. Even funnier is the fact that behind them is the little area for Piston Cup winners. So, seemingly, they've taken off from there and are now going across the finish line after already being at the winner's circle. I don't know. It's weird. Why is the King there instead of Claude? I don't know. But this definitely could be weirder, because, as you can see, the text reads first to the finish. It doesn't say anything about the 3-way tie. I know I made a joke about it, but this isn't based around the 3-way tie. Still, if you're going to have 3 cars racing, based off of the first Cars movie, just have it be Lightning, the King, and Chick Hicks, please. Even though I really do appreciate the fact that they gave a background character some more love. That puzzle was made by Ravensburger Puzzle, and as you can see, they've got quite the library of Cars puzzles, and they really, really like putting a bunch of sometimes very unrelated characters together, just using their generic artwork and plopping them onto a background. That's the next section of this video. We're just going to be looking at a lot of the times where they did that, and unfortunately, over time, they seem to get lazier and lazier. Here you could see a pack of 3 for Cars 2. 2 of them are fine with Team McQueen and some of the World Grand Prix racers, but the main one focused on here features McQueen, Max Schnell, and Rod Torque Redline. What on earth does Rod Torque Redline have to do with those other 2 characters? And here we go, off to some of the much more unfortunate ones. This is just lazy. This is a bunch of the characters using their generic artwork just on a generic picture of Porto Corsa. And that's not the only one. There are a bunch of these, including some as recent as Cars 3. At least I added some sand effects on some of the characters here, but still. What about this XRS one? This XRS one would have looked perfectly fine if they hadn't shoved Barry D. Petal and Speedy Comet and Mater into the background. Now it just looks so awful, just using their generic artwork. I can't believe these are released because they just look like generic collages. You know what? It feels like something that I could make. You know what? Here, I'm gonna make one right now. So what I did was simple. I just took a picture of the Rocker Arm Speedway from the first Cars, took a bunch of pictures of the generic Cars character stock art from Cars 3, and I just plopped it there. I really didn't care for scaling. I didn't care about the sizes of the characters because clearly those who made this didn't either. And also the pictures looked really bad when I made them larger. And hey, what's a Cars puzzle without a really out-of-place picture, right? So here's the Lego version of Max Schnell. He was kind of a challenge to fit in. And of course, I just had to let everybody know that this was in fact a 100 piece puzzle. So there you go, it is 100 pieces. And we just gotta bump up the font size, make that a bit more visible. There you go. And I also wanted to let everyone know that it would be their size as a my size XL puzzle, which is the wonderful size of 1 foot or 2,122 millimeters. I really hope that I got the conversion right there. I'm not very good with meters or millimeters. I live in America. So there you go. That's my puzzle, and hopefully with that you could tell just how cheaply put together these puzzles are. But hey, this series isn't called Cheap Products. This is Weird Products. Let's get back to the weird stuff. No. Go back to the cheap stuff. Please go back to the cheap stuff. So, yeah, this is the Cars 3D Breakthrough puzzle. And it's terrifying. Okay, I just want to get this out of the way first. It's from Cars 2, but the picture of Mater's from Cars 1. There, okay, there's your inconsistency. Now let's just talk about how weird this is. It looks so awful. Alright, so cool concept, yeah. It's a puzzle, part of it's 3D. Cool, yeah. But I was thinking, like, this can't possibly be how awful the real thing looks, so I did some digging. And while I unfortunately couldn't find any pictures of this thing actually built, but I was able to find this Spider-Man 3D Breakthrough, which definitely looks a whole lot less terrifying and kind of can help you visualize more what these things are supposed to look like. But beyond that, I did even more digging and I was able to find the instructions for the 3D Breakthrough puzzle. So looking at this, you could definitely better visualize what this is. It's not your standard puzzle. Instead, it has these 3D pieces. They don't even look like regular puzzle pieces, as you can see down there at step number 2. It says, follow these easy steps to transform a puzzle into real 3D art. Then it says that in a bunch of other languages. Build the real 3D art. Joining clips holds pieces together. So these are plastic. They're not really puzzle pieces. Assemble and glue the jigsaw puzzle. Wait, it says glue? Why am I gluing my jigsaw puzzle? Alright. They're saying here that these are, like, great for framing. Personally, I've never framed a puzzle that I made. And I definitely have never found a puzzle that tells me to glue it. So, I don't know, maybe this only works if you glue it together. That way it's more stable. Clearly, though, they have the puzzle on top of something here. Whatever. Attach 3D art to the puzzle. There you go. Now you have terrifying Mater, really creepy lightning, and the Cars 2 logo popping out. This next picture here comes from Take 5 a Day, a great Cars blog site, and this shows another part of the instructions, which tells us that it's perfectly for framing and approximately 8 feet. Unfortunately, they don't tell me how big it is in millimeters, but they do tell me in centimeters. And here you can see how terrifying it is from this side. Clearly, this is like a CGI rendering of it. It really looks weird. The kid down there, he doesn't look satisfied with his work. He looks kind of uncomfortable. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching Weird Puzzles, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.